Welcome to technical difficulties. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Well, this is what we're talking about. Because we all have had dreams where we were able to fly, right? I mean, I had some of those. I'm sure you did too. Everybody dreamt that they could fly at one time in their life, right, Sai? Did you dream you could fly?
Yeah, and I also had those dreams where you're flying and then you fall.
Oh, really?
Fly.
Yeah, and then like it shakes the bed, right?
Yeah, and then your whole body shakes as if you fall. Oh, so exciting. I like those kind of
But
dreams.
when you fly, where do you fly to? Do you fly somewhere? Do you have control when you fly?
Sometimes, most of the times I don't. In the dreams, I don't have control.
You don't have control over
Yeah.
where you fly to and how you fly?
Yeah, I'm just flying. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, so it's
Just
more like
flying.
gliding. I don't know how they call it.
I don't know. I don't have a destination in the dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it feel nice? Do you feel stuff? Like the air on your skin?
'cause
and-
sometimes I know I'm dreaming.
Okay.
So it makes me even more scared, but I could feel the flying.
Oh.
Which is such a weird feeling because when you're awake in your dreams and you're flying, it's weird.
Yeah, because you don't usually fly,
Yeah,
right?
but your brain tries to rationalize this. In the dream, it makes sense to you. But the moment you wake up, you forget that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That does make sense, but
Yeah,
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Oh. So if you've ever flown in your very own dream, yes, because that happens to people, well, make sure you tell us in the live comment section because I'm Piper and this is...
Sigh.
Yeah, my awesome PA and also a researcher on hand for the podcast called While You Wait for Your Electric Vehicle to Charge, we entertain you with awesome subjects. Yes, our podcast is there from Monday to Friday at 12 p.m. It lasts an hour and a half to make sure that you have time to fully charge your electric vehicle, however big your battery is. Yeah, I know. Not everybody has the same size battery. But that's okay. We don't judge here. We accept all battery sizes, no matter how, no matter what, no matter when. You can even be an hybrid. Yeah, no problem there. Flying cars, that is what we are going to talk about today. And that's why we started off by talking about flying humans. Because the thing is, humans have always wanted to fly. You know, in that Greek mythology, there's that guy that wants to fly. So he builds himself with wax and some feathers. Don't ask where he took the feathers. I mean, PETA did not exist back then, okay? So he takes the feathers, he takes the wax, he puts it all together, and then he's like, I'm going to fly to the sun. And then when he arrives next to the sun, you know what happens?
It burned?
Nobody knows what happens?
It burned. Did it burn?
No, it didn't burn.
No.
The wax started melting. And so all of his feathers started going away, so he couldn't fly anymore, so he crashed. That's pretty much the story in the Greek mythology.
Greek story.
Yeah, so Max Derp says Icarus, wax melt. Exactly, Max Derp is totally right. It's wax melt. So I learned this from, I guess, going to Greek classes. No, don't think about that. I'm not a guy, so that did not happen to me. But it's super funny.
It's an Iron Maiden song.
It's an Iron Maiden? And an Iron Maiden song? So Iron Maiden had a little thing for Greece, ancient Greece. Probably. So men have been wanting to fly forever. I mean, we've always wanted to fly because it's kind of like a godly thing to fly, right? You have the birds that fly, and then that's pretty much it. You have the clouds in the sky. Nobody else kind of flies. Even penguins don't really fly, which is sad because they're kind of sort of like birds that don't fly. But that being said, I mean, so you have all these species that fly, but humans don't fly. We don't fly naturally.
Oh, but I feel like penguins could have flown
Like back in the
if
day.
they were white and a different color.
A
'Cause
different color?
I feel the black is heavy.
Blacker is heavier.
Yeah,
And if this is darker, so maybe if they get too close to the sun, it burns more.
maybe.
Yeah.
I can imagine them as pink.
Do you
and
know there was
white.
gigantic penguins? That was a
What?
thing.
Really?
Penguins were big,
How-
bigger than you,
No way.
like Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, that's a
No.
thing. They literally found skeletons of penguins that were bigger than Shaquille O'Neal in Miami. Yeah.
They were penguins? Are they sure?
There were penguins in tropical places
What
before.
if mess you up or something?
I don't know, but
Gangsta?
humans probably did not exist back in those days. We're talking dinosaur days.
Oh wow!
those days,
They
yeah.
had to be tough back then.
They
'Cause
had
the
to.
T-Rex with small arms on the
Even
loose.
the king thing is that high.
What king? Oh yeah, the king penguin. Yeah, the Grand Empereur is pretty big penguin. It's a big penguin. You don't want to mess with that penguin.
No, I don't want to mess with them. I want to leave them alone.
Yeah, exactly. The big penguins. You need to watch out for the penguins, people. But we are talking about flying, meaning that, well, the humans have been wanting to fly for the longest time. And then who invented flying? Was it the Wright brothers, or was the Bright brothers, or the other type of brothers? But there's the brothers, the Luminar brothers that invented cinema lenses,
they didn't
and there's the
invent
Wright
flying.
brothers that invented the flying. Now,
No, it wasn't Wright before brothers.
Who
Even
was it?
there was someone before them.
Yeah, who was it?
Yeah.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, flying in a different way.
Okay, Sai is totally flying right now. She's high as a kite.
No, there are two other guys. They're called William Samuel Henson and John Stringfellow. They were before Stringfellow.
Okay, did they fly though?
Yeah, before they patented their flying car. Before that.
Oh, the flying car, but not the flying plane.
Not like flying.
Oh, sure. Carry on.
It's fine. Wright brother, right? Wright brothers for flying. We're talking planes, trains, and automobiles. All of that, people, all of that. Now, okay, let's go to the live comment section. If you're just tuning in, make sure that you write a comment. The whole point of this podcast is for you to interact with us in real time when we are live, but also after that, when you click on our podcast playlist on the YouTube channel, Two Girls, One Electric Car. Yeah, it's electrifying. Go click on it whenever you want, wherever you want, because while you wait for your date to be ready, for your spaghetti to be al dente, you can listen to us wherever, whenever, doesn't matter. As long as you have access to an internet connection, you'll be able to do so. We have here Carl. Hey Carl, thank you for being here. Bad Drivers of New York City Tesla Edition is here. Chris Pankich. Hey Chris. RP says no to we don't know what because he just said no. Max Power. Max Derp, Bacardi Bob. Okay, so that's everybody that's here right now. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you share this video. Super easy. There's a share arrow. Click it, share it on Reddit, X, on your SMS, text messages. Doesn't matter. Copy that URL and share it everywhere. You can share it on your Facebook instantaneously. That is going to help us, well, promote this podcast and for us to talk more about flying cars and the reality of flying cars. Let's dive right into the subject, or more like, let's get high, people. Woohoo! Max Power says they fly only when nobody is seeing. That's what you think about penguins? Oh, that's so cute. This is like Toy Story, you know? So your toys are alive, but only when you are not looking. This is so cute. Sai, what do you think about that?
Yeah, when I watched Toy Story, I was like, I felt so sad because I'm like, they have to trust me. I won't tell anyone if they would move in front of me.
Oh,
yeah.
so cute.
So I was like, oh, just move. Like, I won't say anything. It'd be nice to have,
like friends.
Friends
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah, no, but it's true.
So yeah, it'd be like, oh, I won't say anything.
So then it creates trust issues with the toys because you think they don't trust you, and that's why they're not talking to you.
No, I was sad. I was like, oh, maybe I'm not showing them enough. Like,
oh, love and appreciation.
Yeah, it was like a piece of a block that I had. That was my toy.
That's a block.
And there was a bear which was missing half of his side.
Oh, that's intense.
So I just had two toys and I wanted them to come alive.
Yeah, I understand why.
I wanted to ask, does he miss having another arm and leg?
That's your question? First question you would ask? Like, do you miss some of your body parts?
I'm taking care of you. You don't need to walk, so do you still miss it?
That's a good question to ask a bear that is like half cut. Well, do you know what happened to him? How did he get cut?
I don't know. That's how I found him. So that's
so you just kept him like that.
Yeah.
No, Sai has a thing for like broken animals, bears included. Chris Bankish says FAA. And what does FAA mean? I don't know. We'll never let it happen. Who's FAA?
Federation Car Company.
Federation something. You can't fly a drone anywhere near a city, park, or airspace. Forget a car. We're gonna talk about that infrastructure, licensing, security, all of these things in this podcast. So you better stay there. Plus, we have a dad joke related to flying and EV at the end of this podcast that is brought to you by Sai. Yeah. That's hot. Max Derp, not forever, only when we envied the birds. Yeah, I think when we kind of understood that the birds could fly and we couldn't, maybe we're like, we want some of that, we want some of that. And then we were like, let's try to fly. And then we invented planes and helicopters and many other devices that allow us to fly. Have you seen the jetpack, guys? That's kind of crazy. It's like Iron Man suit. There's even a race. Don't ask me where I was yesterday night. But that's a thing. There's like these guys in these like Iron Man suits and they fly. Now they were testing this to go to remote places pretty fast for security reasons, search and rescue. So meaning these search and rescue guys could wear these suits and go and search and rescue for people quite easily because you're not that far off from the ground, meaning that you could see better, and then you can just like land, help the person with medical care and all that, and then maybe like, okay, then somebody else comes in, like the helicopter, the plane, I don't know what. I'm not in search and rescue, but if you are, please do tell us about it. We would love to understand more about how intense your job is. Okay, Bacardi Bob says, hello Piper and Sai, most lovely ladies. Oh, thank you. I think I need but I need to get myself
so nice.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bacardi Bob. Always a pleasure to entertain. Max Derp says, Douglas Adams said it's easy to fly. Just throw yourself on the ground and miss. Sai, this is totally your type of joke, I think.
Is it?
Is it? Yeah, you want to read that one? From Max Derp. He says, it's easy to fly. Just throw yourself at the ground and miss.
Oh, yeah. I've tried that.
Yeah, you did.
I wasn't trying to fly, though.
No, but in our latest short, right? You want to explain what the short video is?
Oh, so basically, we have big trust issues in our workplace. So...
WorkSafe BC, please do not consider anything Sai say. I'm gonna get like, I don't know, some cops gonna come knock on my door real soon.
I do these shorts, just guys, subscribe, okay? I need this. Anyway.
Yeah, okay.
So,
okay, great.
So basically, I was trusting you to catch me.
Yes.
You didn't, because this channel is more important to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And whose idea was it? Whose idea was that?
What?
Whose idea was it?
It's very, the volume is not enough.
Oh, okay.
I can't hear it.
Oh, okay. You can't. So the connection cut. We lost Sai. Don't worry about it. We'll put you some music while this is happening. While you wait for Sai to be back. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Two Girls Run Electric Car. We entertain you and sometimes depress you all in the same minute, which is awesome. We have here Max Derp, who says Van Halen did a song about flying. It's called Jump. You get a laugh track. Thank you, Max. Seem to be funny. Max, I think it's your first time here. Thank you for being here. I mean, if you're new to this whole shabam, just know that it's like that every single time. So welcome. Bad Drivers of New York City Tesla Edition. You are both looking good as always. Always fun to watch. Well, that's the whole point, right, of this podcast, is to bring you electric vehicle entertainment. Then we do throw in a little bit of, real facts in here. But our most intense thing about us is that it's supposed to be light, fun, and for you to know things and educate yourself, but also for everybody to be able to participate actively. Meaning, if you have knowledge, well, we want real people knowledge, not just like all this data and science that we read on the internet. We want people who are actually driving cars, flying cars, whatever, and for them to share their real life experience with it. That way, it makes a bigger, better community, especially on YouTube. So thank you for tuning in. Bad Drivers of New York City Tesla Edition says Elon Musk will have flying cars on Mars. I'm sure Elon Musk is gonna have like everything, right, Sai? Elon Musk has like biggest penis ever.
I guess, ego penis, maybe.
Yeah.
He probably has the biggest one. But I think he's like awesome for what he's doing. Like his personal life, it's a whole mess. But like what he's doing overall, I think he's great. He's like exploring all these like tech and like to bring us to the future. Mm-hmm. But I think we needed one, so he's here.
One.
At least one.
The one. Elon,
the one.
the chosen one.
Cybertruck.
We need a Cybertruck, Elon. So if you want Sai to keep on being nice with you, you need to send us a Cybertruck, or else she's gonna go all like reverse on you. Yeah. So you're gonna lose a fan, Elon. Send a Cybertruck. This is not bribing. It's just called good business. Okay. Well, Cardi Bob, thanks for being there, and thank you for saying hi to everybody in the comment section. Yeah, you guys can actually talk to each other when we're not there. You can make friends. This is what this is for. Will Garcia, did you see the air speeder link I sent you on Patreon? Okay, so I just went on Patreon this morning. Thank you. If you are a Patreon, so we should drop that link. Bam.
Ah, yes.
Patreon.com/2girls1electric is where we are at. And you can actually support us over there. It's $297 USD per month to get access to exclusive behind the scenes. And Will, Sai, and I, we talk a little bit in the community section. We're gonna do more of that. We were very busy with other things last week, but we're getting back onto it this week, where we are probably gonna do another short video or long short video format in that sense, so less than probably 10 minutes but longer than a minute. And you'll have all the behind the scenes and you'll have more information, so please keep on giving us ideas over there. Since you guys are already supporting us, we take your ideas first. Yeah, that's what you get for supporting us. So thank you everybody who is a Patreon. That includes Will Garcia, Carl. I mean, who else in the live comment section is a Patreon? I think Max Power is one too. There's a few guys in there. Okay, so we have Chris Pankach, who says FAA is Federal Aviation Administration slash the government. Okay, that is a USA thing, which is amazing, and we're going to talk about safety, security, and all the stuff that goes into this. Let me go into a side note, because we're talking about flying things that are identified, right? Okay, just so you know, we're not talking about unidentified.
That's not the kind of podcast. Our hair are on the ground. They're not touching the sky.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is not the kind of podcast. We're talking about identified flying objects. So I do own drones. I've had the Mavic Pro for long when it became gray. The white one did not have, the Phantom one, weird one. This is big. I did not have that one, but the Mavic Pro, I had to license it. I had to literally put a sort of license plate on it when I went in the United States. Then they did the what's happening? My hand?
No, it's the flying plate.
Oh, the flying plate.
The back of the drone.
Okay, and then so we had to license it, sort of. Then they did the Mavic, which is not Pro, which is a mini Mavic, and that could fit in your shoe, and that was lighter, smaller, so you did not need a license for that one. And now they're still adjusting all of these licensing and permits for you to be able to fly these drones, because yes, it could be a safety issue with if you are in a airport, which makes a lot of sense. You don't want a drone smashing into a plane, and also, well, depending on the area, rural, urban, what's near it. But the thing is also, well, the DJI has been seen to spy on you and send all of this information, data, video, footage to China. So this is a big thing, just so you know.
And DC with the wildfire, they ask people not to fly drones.
Oh.
The helicopter for everything.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so in British Columbia, because of the wildfires, they ask for people not to fly their drones, even though they might want drone footage of the wildfires, because there are the search and rescue, and there's also the helicopters and the plane that go and put water and things on and that monitor. So that would be very dangerous in that way. So, well, yeah, that's a good PSA. So don't fly your drones if you're near a wildfire. You might intrude or you might impede on a search and rescue or just fire rescue processes. So don't do that. That has been told. Thank you very much for being here. Okay, we have New York as electric hair taxi. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. It's gonna be so interesting. This is not flying, it's just falling with style. Well, that's the thing, because there's parapente. I have no idea how you say that in English, but parapente, which is you going off of a mountain and then just kind of gliding until you touch the ground.
Paragliding.
Paragliding? Yeah, okay, so that thing thing is not really flying. It's just, you're just falling slowly.
But I would love to do that. That's one of the things I would love to do.
Yeah, paragliding?
I really want to do
What about parachute?
That also, but more paragliding.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about bungee?
Probably not. No, I'm not a fan of bungee jumping. Just because I have vertigo, so even a little bit, it makes me dizzy. It's not a pleasant feeling.
Okay.
Yeah, so but I really be interested in flying.
Okay, so
Yeah.
paragliding on the list of things to try. So you better subscribe. You never know when it's gonna happen. Plus, some of them do have little motors. It's kind of weird. So there's another thing that is not paragliding, but you have like a little motor, like an ultralight.
It's also called paragliding.
It's also called paragliding, the ultralight thing.
Motorized paragliding.
Yeah, it's like motorized. So you just like phew, go up and down, and so that's a thing. That's a thing. Mhm.
Didn't they have those in the 90s? Those things, those backpacks that are supposed to shoot you up and you're supposed to like fly and you have like something under your feet that's like this, like kind of Iron Man thingy. Wasn't that something?
Those guys, those are called jetpacks.
Yeah, jetpacks.
Yeah,
that
they
never
exist.
work. But they never work, right? You don't actually fly.
Yeah. It works,
It
but you
works?
can't fly like as high as like a plane. But you
can
can fly.
control it so you
Yeah.
don't fall on your face?
Well, yeah, it seems to be. Google it. It's
Oh,
called
really?
jetpack. Yeah, if you there's like races of that, and they use it in search and rescue. It's a thing. Jetpacks are already a thing, which is cool. Heck of all trades. Thanks for tuning in. McCarty Bob says Minnesota allows flying cars on roads. Well, that's good because there's not really any flying cars right here, right now, right? This is like not even in Minnesota.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's a thing.
He is Neilon, the chosen one. Okay, thank you, Max, for that.
You can really deck them out and have like it looking crazy and stuff.
Yeah, so you're talking about like the jetpacks?
Yeah.
Can we
like
put that on the
different
screen?
things.
Hold on.
Okay, so Sai is looking at jetpacks. So jetpacks is not a flying car, but it's you flying as a human individual.
Yeah, no, it's not a flying car, but it's interesting. It's kind of like flying.
You're
you get
flying.
that, yeah. You
But
get
as a body.
Yeah.
You're like a flying body.
Yeah.
Let's just call it like that. Yeah, so jetpacks are a thing. They work. I mean, it seems like you need to be very muscular to be able to control it. Because, yeah. Sai is like, not for me.
No,
But we're working on your muscularness,
I
right?
don't want to jetpack though. I want to paraglide.
Yeah, see, so you don't need to be muscular for that.
No, exactly. So I choose.
I think you
it's
should be fine.
much more graceful. It looks good on camera. Paragliding.
Oh.
Jetpack just looks kind of dumb.
Well, if you always, there's also these guys that use it like, you know, the one from water?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you-
I know that's like freaky, right?
Yeah. I think it's not a good idea to try that
At
side.
least you drop in water.
At least you drop in water, which is,
Just
I mean, yeah. Do you want to... What do you prefer, grass or water? I don't know. I mean, I face planted when I did skydiving, like totally face planted when I landed. It's so difficult to land. It's a total face plant. Good thing I don't have video footage of this. It stays in my mind forever. I could lie about it. Okay. Max Derb says, only time I've flown a car was totally by accident. Max is kind of funny. Kind of funny guy. If you are a guy. Because Max could be a girl, but I mean, we're not assuming. Okay. Chris Pankich, yep, I have a Mavic Pro Platinum. Had to get the same license. Yeah, exactly. So the drones that are bigger need a license in the United States of America. It's different for every country that I know of so far. I am in the live comment section. If you are here, make sure you go to the live comment section. Write a comment. You're there? What are you waiting for? Write a comment. Have fun with it. Tell us something about you. Because flying cars, are they a reality? That is what we are talking about. Chris Pankage says, yeah, fun. I used to check my gutters if they needed cleaning before dragging everything out. Well, it's true that a drone gives you such a different perspective on life, you know? And you can look at it while it's flying, which is really awesome. It's a bit like being in the drone. Again, you're not in it, you're sitting down. And I also have an FPV drone, which is really cool. So you put the glasses on and you can control like with the vision glasses. So you still have a joystick and all that, but you're really like in the drone to control it. You need to be really still though. So if you move, and that's why you see all these guys that do FPV drone races, they're so still. Because as soon as you move a little bit, well, the drone is like the footage you get is not moving, and then if you move and that's not moving, you get kind of seasick. So that's why you need a good chair, you need to sit down, and you need to be like super concentrated to be able to fly FPV. But I do have the FPV gear, so you might see some of that in further videos on Two Girls, One Electric Car. Why? Because you have subscribed, right? If you haven't, do it now. Now, we have here Flying Cars What? That is by Walter Jackson. I watched Back to the Future. They have flying cars like future. Yes, they do. We are going to talk about that. I can't wait for my full self-flying car. Me neither, Directrix. Me neither. Goldmaker 89. Paragliding has an engine and hang. Gliding does not. Paragliding has a frameless wing like a parachute. Well, thank you for adding that. That is why you are allowed to comment, and we want you to comment so that we don't go all fake news on everybody. Yeah, we want good information, right, Sai?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're lazy, but not that lazy. Come on, people. And then Will Garcia one says, Gravity jet suits in Dubai are starting a racing league based on the jetpack. Okay, this is fun. Yeah, it makes sense. I think that's what we saw. Yeah, that's what we saw on YouTube. Of course, where else would you see that? Nobody has a TV anymore. Everybody has YouTube. Flying cars is a reality. Make some in the USA practice. Okay, perfect. Sai, would you try the Wingit?
Wingus?
I don't know. Can we Google that? It's Winguit. Oh, I know what it is. It's like, you know these little hamsters that fly?
Oh, wingsuit.
Yeah, wingsuit. You tried
like
that? Yeah, exactly. Just like that.
No.
No?
I wouldn't.
No. Because that's like gliding, but in a suit.
Wow, I'm the king of the sky. Pwah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to do that.
Okay, perfect. So only something that has sort of a something on top of. Yeah.
Something that I can make it out alive and in one piece.
Preferably.
And no, not brain dead.
Oh, yeah. That's one of Sai's biggest fears.
Yeah.
That being said, we are talking about flying cars, and are they a reality? Okay, so let's talk about flying cars in sci-fi, because of course some of these ideas have come from movies. We got a few people here who are saying that they did see flying cars in some sci-fi movies. We already have Back to the Future 2, which had flying cars in it.
Oh yeah, I love that. So when I watch Back to the Future, I love the whole series. They're so amazing. Mm-hmm. But the second one with the futuristic and the hoverboard and everything.
Yeah, the hoverboard.
I love that part. I love movies that portray the future and to see like what their idea of future would be. And I also love when they go back in past. It's just always different, even though past is technically the same. It's just amazing to see different perspective. All right, this is not about flying cars.
No, but a little bit. We were talking about the future and the past and the reality right now and what our future could be with flying vehicles. And we're talking about sci-fi and everything like that has happened. So for Sai, Back to the Future 2 with the hoverboard and the flying cars, that's kind of a cool thing that you would like. So would you like our world to be more like that, you think?
Yeah, I think because the way they portray the world in Back to the Future is always good. It doesn't seem as bad.
Like apocalyptic and depressing
like
and
that.
climate
it
change.
It has a sunny outlook. It has a normal outlook and stuff. So I prefer that rather than, a proper sci-fi serious movie always makes the future look
awful.
Grim. Yeah, even if you have like a lot of tech and stuff.
Okay. We also have movies that depict flying cars. In there's the Jetson, which is not a movie. It was like a TV show. If you were a kid back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, you've probably seen it. And so the Jetson was just a family, and the family had a flying car. So every American family had a flying car. Meaning it was a normal thing. So cars were now all flying cars. They were not like normal cars anymore. Walter Johnson says Michael J. Fox is a great actor. Thank you very much for saying that. And then Max Derp says the man with the golden gun has
It's
won.
a James Bond movie.
Okay. Also, as a car corkscrew jump, the first one to use a computer to model the stunt. Oh, thank you for that information. Interesting. Well, of course, James Bond movies are always like super intense with stunts and everything like that, and they still do it Some of them computer, definitely, but some James Bond movies, even nowadays, the most recent one, they try to like pride themselves on making some of the stunts for real. So they don't want to use CGI or computer improvement. They really want to shoot that scene just like more olden days, so that you get that realistic feel. I think that's what they want to keep with the James Bond movies. It's an artistic choice, and it depends on like the franchise.
It's not a Daniel Craig movie. It's some older one.
Yeah. I don't know how old, but
74.
74?
Yeah.
74. So there you see it. So like flying cars were a thing, and then I have in the Fifth Element, the cars are flying. Like in the Fifth Element, that's a thing. Cars are flying. Then we have also name another movie or another series, a TV series where there were flying cars. Like, go ahead, have fun with it. Chris Pankich adds, the Jetsons. Max Durst said that jump is real. They use the computer to model the physics. That makes sense because, like I said, like most James Bond movies are filmed as realistically as possible. Dr. Bass. Hey, Dr. Bass, thanks for being here. I think it's the first time we see you in the live comment section.
Oh, Blade Runner.
Oh, yeah, totally. Blade
Runner have flying cars.
Yeah, Blade Runner had flying cars as well. Need at least 400 watts per kilogram of battery energy density to fly electric. We are at about 250 now for EV. Oh, thank you for saying that, Dr. Bass. That's a great thing. So we're almost over halfway there to be able to fly EV. So flying cars. Yes, we are an electric vehicle channel. So we're going to talk about how flying cars could possibly be electric vehicles. In that sense, The Fifth Element brought to you by Max Power. Supercar, the series. I don't know about Supercar, the series. Do you know about that one? Sorry. No? Doesn't ring a bell?
No.
Then we have Max Derp who says, but the bad guy had the flying car. Of course the bad guy had the flying car. Of course. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, why would the good guy have the flying car? Anyways.
Oh, it's a TV series, a kids show with like those Muppet thingies, handmade from 61 to 62.
Oh, and so in the 60s and the 70s, they loved flying cars for some reason. Like Men in Black is true. Woo! Men in Black did have like a flying car.
Yeah, that's true.
This totally happened. Okay, this I just lost my. Oh, where was this one? It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna put through some music, people. Oh yeah, and then. So Walter adds, for flying car, you need gas and wings to fly, and the person seat in front to keep awake. Well, we're gonna try to do that in a way that people can like fly cars, not with gasoline as much as possible, because we are on the channel with like actual electric vehicles. So we would love for electric vehicle. I just saw that one. Directrix 1 says Thelma and Louise had a flying car at the end. Yeah. The problem is it did not land quite easily, right? It didn't land right. Didn't land right. If you know Thelma and Louise, great. If you don't, that was totally a spoiler. But I mean, with movies older than 10 years old, there's no more spoilers. You have to watch it. You can't spoil. After 10 years, you can't spoil. We need a Rimac flying car to beat the SR-71. Wow, this is too many numbers and too much information that I have no idea about. But don't worry, Sai's probably gonna Google it.
You know what would be cool?
What?
If you take an electric car.
Yeah.
I guess you can do it with any, and you put like a bunch of jetpacks on it.
Just jetpacks?
Just jetpacks.
Okay.
And just
so like the guy jetpack, like a normal jetpack?
Yeah, but like a car-sized jetpack.
Yeah.
To make it like fly.
Okay.
And then that would be cool.
So it would have like this kind of propulsion, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Off the ground.
That you can hopefully control.
Yeah,
if
hopefully
not,
control.
It wasn't expected.
Well, because you don't want to just go high up. Like you don't want it to be an elevator. You want to go right, left.
Yeah, so how can control going here and there?
Yeah, you want actually like three axes, right? Right. So you want Y, Z, X, or Y, X, Z. So you want left, right, up, down. They'd be kind of the best, I think. Jetpack flying bomb. Bacardi Bob, what?
That's not good.
That's not good. That's
We
not good.
already have those. They're called airplanes.
Okay, so we have Mythbuster did it. What did Mythbuster do? Did they do, well, flying implies the ability to maintain the height. So falling does not count. Good point, Will Garcia. I think all of our physics courses from when we were in 4th grade are coming back. This is happening. Max Sturp says, Evel Knievel used to fly a Harley. Yeah, for a short amount of time. He kind of flew it. And then Walter Johnson says, in Harry Potter, there was one flying car. It's true that Ron Weasley, like, took a flying car and they went to, like, Pudlor, no, that's not the name in English. Well, that school thing, in the flying car. But then they hit a tree at the end.
Yeah, they went to school, right?
With the flying
what was
car.
That called?
What's
I
called?
forgot.
The
I
school?
only saw like half of it, but so I don't remember. What was the school's name?
Well, I know it in French. I don't know it in English.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Poudlard. But in English, I have no idea.
Oh.
I don't think it's Pudler. I don't think that's like the exact translation. Hogwarts. It's called Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
Yeah. That's the name of the school in Harry Potter. If you're like, what are you guys talking about? We're talking about flying cars. And there was one in Harry Potter for some reason. But this is not like the first Harry Potter. It's like the other Harry Potter. When like there's like this little thingy there. This little elf thingy.
What are you saying, Will Garcia? Really?
They made
That
most of...
is a bad idea.
Oh, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang had a flying car. That's so true. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, I love you. Yeah, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang had the flying car, and they went everywhere with it, even to that weird place where they kidnapped kids. It was crazy.
I saw it once. I visited a museum with a.
You saw like the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car? Yeah, because it had wings.
I think I was 7.
Wow. I would have loved to see that because it's such a great movie. Flubber. Well, Flubber, that does not count. I mean, Flubber was this little like mighty putty that was green, and then every time you stuck it on something, it would like go really high. It's a kids movie, but then that bounced. That did not kind of fly, right? Flubber just like bounced. Flubber had like zero gravity for some reason.
Running shoe and they play basketball.
Exactly, that's the Flubber movie.
Okay.
That's a Flubber movie. Any good movie or cartoons have flying cars, Piper? Well, I don't know what is good for you. That's why we're talking about it. Okay, let's
Did Minority Report have a flying car?
Yeah, Minority Report supposedly had a flying car.
Really? I love
I
that
don't
movie.
remember. I don't remember though in
Yeah, I
Minority
don't
Report
remember
the flying
but
car.
I love that movie.
Is it because of Tom Cruise or because of the like
Most
people
of Tom
that are?
Cruise movies are super entertaining, and I love. No matter the theme of the movie,
Yeah.
like my favorite is Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh,
I
that's
love-
entertaining, but a completely different way. This is not sure what kind of entertainment.
I was not expecting.
Me
that.
neither. I was not
love
expecting
Stanley
it.
Kubrick.
Like, I was,
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
yeah, when you were saying entertainment, Tom Cruise, I was thinking Mission Impossible, and then no,
I
Eyes
mean,
Wide
that's
Shut,
good
like
too.
Eyes Wide Shut,
It's
right there,
entertaining.
like super psychologically
I
intense,
love. Oh my god,
sexual.
they're
and
just like
super
the best.
sexual too. Eyes Wide Shut is like intense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's really
Okay, but great. Now we know more about
There's
science.
no electric cars in there.
No electric cars and Eyes Wide Shut, unfortunately. Now, Dr. Bass says the longest range flying EV is the Roadster in space. It's the Roadster. Okay, so the thing is that Elon Musk, when he developed SpaceX, he sent a Roadster with Optimus in it. That's kind of driving it, the robot, Emmanuel robot. And, well, it's still, in space. It's like kind of doing, the gravity thing in space. So that would be flying, if you can say that's flying. Flying Winnebago in Spaceball. Spaceball was so funny. I mean, Spaceball, this is... Okay. Great. Waymo just had a crash just yesterday. Really, Max Parrott? Thank you for saying that. So Waymo is this... completely autonomous vehicle developed by Google and I think Mercedes together in collaboration. Max Powers lives in Arizona and they have them in the streets there like doing stuff. And well, he's just saying that they had a crash yesterday. So see, if they were flying, maybe they wouldn't have crashed. This is why we're talking about
They were-
flying cars.
Crash in a building.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of in like, I don't know what.
That is worse.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Well, maybe you don't hit nobody.
You broke an expensive building, bro.
So
What?
what is more expensive, like the building or like the light on the corner of the street? You think?
Building is harder to repair and it looks so ugly.
You see, Sai has fashion and aesthetics. So thank you, Max, for sharing that. This is so
Imagine
this is so
the
interesting.
downward spiral in tourism. No one would want to come to an ugly, broken building city.
Well, maybe they're gonna be like, this is the time that car crashed, right?
Yeah, that's to say. Oh, well, this is where the plane struck the building and Twin Towers. Like, let's go see it.
Exactly. It's great for tourism.
Don't go see.
What do people don't go see?
The 9/11
Yeah,
building
because they're not there anymore.
Yeah, instead there's the Freedom Tower, right?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
put like a light monument there. Yeah, so you can't go see them because they don't exist anymore.
Super sad last time I went to New York.
Yeah, me too. I would have wanted to see that, but you can't. Not there. Since 2001, helicopter form is very inefficient. Planes need a runway. Cars overhead, no, never. Okay, so RP is like totally nope.
You know what I
flying
just
cars not gonna
realized?
happen. Yeah.
It happened in 2001. They were gone even before I was born.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, they didn't even give me a chance.
No. Wait a second. You were born in... Yeah, totally. Okay.
What?
Yeah. You
Oh,
weren't there.
that's
I was in
unfair.
school when I learned this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did they-
Everybody went crazy.
or even in Montreal, they were
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were not. You're not that far.
No, not that
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
So everybody was talking about it.
Remember.
Yeah, everybody remembers when it happened. Well, if you were like older than 7, I
was
guess.
laughing because I thought, a plane just like a pilot was stupid.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That makes sense, right? That's the thing. First thing you think about. You don't think that it's like
Oh,
something
stupid
else.
Pilot? What is this thing? No.
No, it was worse than that. Well, the holes from where the buildings were are there with a big waterfall down the side, like a reflecting pool thing. Yeah, exactly. So they made like at least a nice thing with it. There is a list of movies with flying cars on Wikipedia. Of course, Wikipedia has this. Of course it has.
Of course
It makes
they
a
have.
lot of sense. So let's get to our first point, and it is current flying cars. Yeah. So do we have current flying cars? We had like this other podcast, and somebody said that there is a 2025 flying car coming up in China. Now we don't. They say it's coming, but is it really
Yeah,
coming, or is it kind of
exactly.
like wanting to come? It's different.
Is it coming?
Is it coming or it's not coming? We don't know.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. Is it coming? Is it coming? My food coming.
He should know. If he doesn't know, then oh my god.
Well, we have issues. We have issues.
That is-
We have issues.
I cannot know that.
So come. They should.
No.
No, you can't know.
Read their mind.
Well, yeah, because you're not sure, right? You know it feels how it feels, but then
Oh
you don't
my
know
God.
when it gets out. They had a flying bathtub on YouTube. That's such a YouTuber thing to do. Make a flying bathtub. I totally get it. So I have a few vehicle that are supposed to be like flying vehicle list right here that ChatGPT gave me. No idea if this is true or not. So if you know any possible real flying vehicles, and we're not talking drones, we're not talking planes, we're not talking helicopters, we're talking a real flying vehicle, like 4 wheels and then it flies, just like one of these, like, oh, we should do a podcast on this, like these vehicles that are also boats. That's super cool. Yeah, so I have Arion Mobile, Terrafugia, Urban Aeronautics. So those would be three things. And then we had another one, right? The Chinese one was called Splectre
yeah.
blah, 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 something.
Yeah, Chinese flying car.
Yeah, Chinese flying car. So do you know any flying cars that exist or that have been tested? Somebody said that the Jetson car was actually reproduced and it flew. So if you know anything about anything...
Zipeng?
Yeah, that one? Zingen?
Xpeng.
Xpeng.
Yeah.
Xpeng. So Xpeng. Where's my Cantonese? I don't know. But the thing is, it's been a while since I ate Chinese, people. The thing is, well, this car is supposed to be made available in 2025. Again, that is, if it works, we have no idea. And it's in China. It's nothing to do with America. So I don't know about that. If you know any other make and models of vehicle that aim to be flying very soon, and we're not talking Thelma and Louise, no. We're talking real flying, you tell us in the live comment section. Okay, great. Sai, do you have anything else to add about this?
No, we're gonna talk about the flying cars, the first ones, and what happened.
Yeah. Okay. You want to talk about flying cars?
Yeah, so I have some data since when they have been trying to make flying cars.
Okay, let's go there. So since when are humans crazy enough to want to fly in cars?
So the first time is the one that I mentioned, the one that was patented. It didn't happen,
Okay.
but
So they just made the drawing because a patent
they
is
were
just kind of
never
a
able,
drawing.
like 1841 they patented, but they were never able to build a functional one.
So in 1841,
Yeah,
They
they
built-
patented the flying car, so they had
Okay.
everything, but when they put it in practice trying to build a functional one,
Mm-hmm.
it just didn't happen for them.
okay, that did not work out in 18 something, meaning that the same time that they invented, I guess, industries and opium, they did not invent the flying car. Unfortunately, that failed. But don't worry, it's not because you fail once that you'll fail forever. EVs were there too back in the day, and look where they are now. It finally happened. And some
And-
people just do like patents because
But-
they want to get that
yeah,
money.
but in 1937,
Yeah,
a person by the name of Waterman, I guess
Okay.
that's his name.
that's his name.
Yeah, he was able to build a flying car in 1980. It was 6-cylinder, upright, 100 HP, strut baker. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
And but they were called aerobiles, like automobiles.
Ah,
Aerobiles.
so like automobiles, aero, like yeah,
Aero,
space,
like
air.
like aeroplane,
Yeah,
aerobile.
yeah, yeah.
So that's what they were only five produced.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did it say how much it cost back then
No, it
to have
doesn't
one of those?
No.
It must be very polluting for the environment
Yeah.
to have such a car, and probably not very safe.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Literally not very safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can find a picture.
Yeah, let's try to find a picture. So that being said, I'm Piper and I'm with Sai, and we are talking about flying cars. Of course, we would love for flying cars to be electric vehicles, but we need to get into like, you know.
yeah, I have a picture here.
You have a picture of the
Yeah,
flying car that was
yeah.
invented in 1937, right?
Yeah.
1937.
Yeah, aerobile.
Okay.
Aerobile.
Wow. That's like an helicopter. This has like a shaft like an helicopter a little bit. And then it has like, yeah, it looks like a car. So 5 models. I'm not sure I would try that. Like, would you go
Yeah.
into that?
Yeah, I don't think.
Maybe
I would
with a
try.
parachute,
Knowing
right?
what I know about 1937, I wouldn't.
I mean, they just send people on the moon with less software than our actual iPhones. So just so you know, this is how crazy it was. So okay, so is it like current flying cars we went over, and now it's my I need to put numbers on my cue cards because I mixed them up. So it's gonna get crazy, people. It's gonna get crazy. Oh yeah. Thank you for listening to While You Wait, the podcast that entertains you and brings you electric vehicle information and a little bit other information depending on how we feel from Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. Make sure you're there when we are live. That way you can comment in the live format. And if you miss it or if you have to go for some reason, you can always listen to it again on our podcast playlist, which has the same name. While you wait for your electric vehicle to charge or for your bathtub to be filled, well, you can listen to us. Super easy. Just click any podcast and enjoy the show. Let's talk about technological feasibility. So Max Derp says from 1906, flying cars fun. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I think like it's a fun subject to talk about flying cars because it's kind of dangerous too, right? So what Sai was saying is that there's literally like, I'm guessing it was a bit more jetpack type of thing. It looks more like an helicopter, that car, in a sense. It has more an helicopter type of vibe to it. Pardon? Because it has this handle. So what do you need to have a flying car? Somebody said, like Dr. Bass said that you would need about 400 kilowatt per kilogram, and we're at 250 now. So we would need that, but let's take the physics a bit out of it and just think about what we need. So you need the car to go up. That's for sure. But once it's up, it's pretty good. That's called an elevator. So you could definitely have the car just go up. But then once it goes up, it needs to go left, right, and it needs to come back down. So you need all of these special things to make it happen. You can't just go up and then do nothing, and then go down like and crash. You don't want to do that. So you would definitely need some kind of propulsion engine for you to be able to get up off the ground and then to move left, right, everything like that. The materials, well, that goes with what actually Dr. Bass was saying, that it needs to be light enough so that you can support, in our case, the battery. Or in any case, even with a plane, you need to have enough fuel to be able to support the actual weight of the plane. And then you need to have enough fuel when you're done with the weight of the plane to be able to get to where you want to go. So this is all very interesting, like engineering, mechanics, chemicals, and mixing all that together, making it so that your vehicle, your car, would fly to destination and not just go up and down. Because you want to go somewhere.
Which car brand do you think will come out with a flying car first?
Oh, that's interesting. Which car brand? So
None.
you say none?
No.
It will never happen.
No, never happen. But because flying cars, there's already like aeronautic, which is true. So they they glide. So they go off the ground, but they don't like fly.
Yeah,
I think there's gonna be flying like drones that transport people.
Plus, we have to build like structure cities differently if we want
Of course.
flying. So we need to do that first before we introduce a flying car.
It's like the egg and the chicken.
Yeah.
So it needs to come like simultaneously, a bit like with EVs.
Yeah.
So you got infrastructure, so you have all of these superchargers.
Yeah.
Then because you have these superchargers, people buy electric vehicles.
Exactly.
But because you have electric vehicles, you
Need
make
electric-
superchargers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
China can do it. I believe in China.
Now you believe in China
They can do it.
for flying cars?
For flying cars, like if their flying car is actual,
Mm-hmm.
the one that's supposed to come out,
Yeah.
they would have to structure it someplace where it can. They have like giant, huge buildings. Like,
They do really high sky
yeah,
rises.
and all the pollution and everything up there. So they have to figure that out. But again, it's China.
So you think China will come up with it?
I mean, they might try.
I don't
They're
think-
already trying with the flying car.
Yeah. Because seriously, if you think about rural areas, like urban is different, but you wouldn't really need any flying cars in rural areas. It's not necessary.
Exactly.
In your urban areas.
Instead, the more powerful train.
Huh?
Train and subways.
Exactly.
Trains more
But that would be to go far. I think like what you want with a flying car is probably to go high.
and far away.
Far, well, in a way,
Quicker, right?
but quicker. So
But that's another thing. The planes are quicker because they don't have much traffic. If everyone's flying, you can't go far because it's traffic jam. Same
exactly,
thing.
that's what we're going to talk about. So thank you for tuning in because we're talking about flying cars. Yes. So that being said, when you have your actual flying car, it works, it's good, it's fine, you're there. Well, we already have some types of flying cars. Some people have said it in the live comment section. There are some drones that exist. An helicopter is kind of sort of a flying car. We have flying taxis. Sort of, kinda. So I feel like the closest thing to a flying car that could happen is a type of really big drone that takes you from one place to another. So it's more like a bus, but not a bus. So there was...
The drone is short distance.
Exactly, drone is short
What about
distance.
A Zoom call instead.
What about a what?
A Zoom call instead.
A Zoom call?
Yeah, instead of, if it's smart, from one building to another building.
Yeah.
You can just make a Zoom call, video call,
Oh, yeah, a video call. Yeah, but you want to be there physically.
to transport some drug money.
Yeah, probably. So the thing is, when you do have these things like robot taxis or like drone taxis, the way they were testing it, and I think it's in Michigan, like somebody said, or Minnesota, I'm not sure. So they're testing it where it's sort of a drone, but it's a taxi, and it brings you from the airport to the
so
downtown
you sit
area.
in it and everything.
Huh?
You sit in it.
Yeah, you sit in it.
Damn.
Yeah, you sit in it. It has a pilot, and it carries a few people. It's very expensive compared to like a taxi ride, but you get there way faster because you're not in traffic. So it literally takes you from the airport to the downtown area.
Oh, dang.
Did you find it?
It's coming up everywhere except the U.S. It's in Europe,
Okay.
and it's in
Max Power says we need to make many rules and regulations for
Yeah,
flying
that's
cars. Of
true.
course we will. Every new thing we need to make rules for. Bacardi Bob, wheels, tires, and suspension add too much weight. Well, it's true that if you're thinking of flying and not like being in the like on the ground that much, these wheels are kind of half and half. So either you take the wheels or you don't. Having a plane, like planes have really small wheels because it's just for landing and, well, going in the sky in that sense. They're not supposed to be on their wheels all the time. That's not the actual point of it. So we have some sort of flying taxis already. We have drones, which could carry people if they were big enough in that sense. And then, well, the thing is, when you have a vehicle, I think if you were to have something like in the Jetsons, you would want to take off vertically. And that's another really interesting fact. So a plane does not take off vertically. It needs a landing strip. Like it needs a runway. It needs to be able to like, woo, take enough energy.
Yeah.
And then it flies. But you want your car to be more like a drone, to just take off
but the
like
thing is,
vertically.
it takes a lot for the plane. Like how much effort it exerts before flying, and it takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So whatever piece of equipment you have, it will be heavy. I'm guessing, even if it's carrying just 4 people, which is just like for a normal car, right?
Yeah.
4 people. So otherwise, if it's just one person, it's not. We can't. It's too much traffic up there.
Well, maybe it's not worth it.
It's not
So
worth
you
it.
want to have like a vehicle, right, with some people in it.
All the wires that we already have.
Exactly. So what about all the wires? So let's talk about infrastructure in a little bit. Here we go. Where is it? Okay, ground traffic and infrastructure. Meaning that, well, we made our lives here on Earth right now with, well, ground traffic. So with cars, bicycles, scooters, motorcycles. I mean, even people walking. Buses, taxis, subways, everything like that is done underground or on ground. So electricity and all that stuff is also on ground. Meaning that all these electrical wires, all these literal lights, like just lights, well, you need to not hit them, right? A drone is pretty easy to not hit them because it's so small. But yeah, if you have a 5-seater vehicle, you're going to need to have some of these landing pads or like landing or just going up pads. So you need to get off the ground from somewhere. Yeah, like helipads, like on the roof of some buildings, hotels, hospitals. I mean, they have helipads. But right now, our society or our cities don't necessarily have helipads everywhere. So meaning that if you have a vehicle and you go outside and you just want to, go fly, there might be some obstructions, some things in the way that will not allow you to just take off in that way. Even if you take off vertically, which is better in a sense that it takes less space. Like vertical takeoff would take a lot less space than going like the plane route, which would be woo. Max Power says, I think it will be very difficult for humans to use flying cars. We will need to have many computers to help you navigate and not crash.
I think that's not an issue.
Well, that's not going to be an issue.
We have FSD right now, and they're
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So we have FSD now. It's already available in most Tesla models. It's still illegal in British Columbia, but it will be legal soon, probably everywhere when they realize how safe it is. And, well, we would have something like full self-flying, meaning when we are at flying vehicles, probably we won't even need to drive anymore in that sense. So you'll just like activate it a bit like not like a drone, because a drone is not yet full self-drive. It can come back home, and I'm sure some drones can self-fly themselves, like they have sensors and all of that. But that's the thing. I don't think like flying vehicles will need pilots. Not if we go that route. We'll just have this vehicle that you go in and then it drives itself. More in that way, right? This makes more sense. Did you know the Empire State Building was supposed to have a blimp landing pad? It was too hard to land, so they changed it. Oh no, I did not know. And autopilot, yes, that is what we're talking about. We are talking about autopilot. So having for these vehicles to be autopiloted and have many sensors, cameras, and all the super awesome tech we already have to do FSD. making them almost autonomous, meaning they can drive without you. That's what we would want, right? Because that'd be so weird if we didn't. It would get freaky. I feel like it would get freaky. So even though we might not yet have some like flying cars in our neighborhoods right now, there's still the technology that exists to make stuff fly. Like we have some of that already in drones, in planes, in jetpacks. So we could use some of that to make it so that we create these flying vehicles. But do we want to do that?
Yeah, so I don't think that if we wanted to, we could do it. I just don't think people are gonna put that much time, money, and effort in it because nothing is structured for it to be like, no one's gonna buy it and use it immediately. It's gonna be a tragedy of some sorts. So I don't think they're putting resources in it.
Well, it's like in Blade Runner, if we take Blade Runner, like the way the city is actually urbanized, is designed by architecture, it's high, right? So everything is made so you can use the flying cars. This is the whole point. Even if the Fifth Element, the car comes to your window and it gets you, right?
It gives you ramen.
And it gives you ramen. Exactly,
so
it gives you ramen.
So it has to be a collective shift in terms of structure and stuff, and that could only happen if, like, we're wiped out and new people are building. I don't know.
We're wiped out. So this is like wipe us out. For the next generation, if you're here and you're Generation A, well, good luck. You can build flying cars. You can do it. So everything we need to be more vertically inclined and no nothing in the way. So no lights, no nothing like that. Then what about traffic? So what about like all of this air traffic? What would we do? Well, the thing is, if we did have these flying cars, like we would want them to self-drive, so to self-fly, and then they would be able to communicate together, like vehicle-to-vehicle communication, and not make as many accidents. Because you don't want to have somebody in a tower kind of controlling the logistics of like rush hour with flying cars. I think it would be way too many people.
They have to be smart enough.
It has to be automatized.
Exactly, and completely. Otherwise,
just like the traffic lights.
You can't draw lines in the sky.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can't be
literally, you can't. And you could kind of, with, I guess, GPS locations, have some sort of AR, augmented reality that is in there.
Yeah, but make it like so it doesn't like you can crash. So you not only crash, you fall.
Yeah, you're gonna crash twice.
Yeah,
there's gonna be two crashes.
You're gonna be dead, So
dead. You're gonna be dead. Not just dead once. You're dead. Because you crashed the first time, then you have to land. So maybe there's gonna be like other like fish nets or like special nets.
What if you take someone else on your way out? Someone's standing over here. And you're like, Papa, you come with me. Everyone's died.
Yeah,
that would be like. I would like to film that, but it is like super like gonna be tragic.
It would be tragic.
Yeah,
that's something we need to think about if we're going the flying car route. We have Chemist America Lifestyle who says FSD first before flying cars. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
AKA Fumbler just tuned in. Hey, AKA Fumbler, thank you very much for being here. And yes, more likely full self-fly, meaning the flying vehicles would fly themselves and we wouldn't kind of not fly them. We would just be passengers in them, a bit like in a passenger plane. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So we also have, everybody was saying like pilot licenses, full self-drive, air traffic control, safety standards. I think the only way this could happen is if all of that is done by automation, meaning like the vehicle would be autonomous, completely autonomous. It would know like all of the things of the world, and that way it would be easier. And also these regulations and these safety features would not need to be taught necessarily. So nobody would need to be a pilot. You would just need to press that button and that would be good. While you wait for flying cars to exist in your neighborhood, make sure that you subscribe to the podcast that's called While You Wait. Because while you wait, we bring you awesome podcast subjects that you can listen to wherever, whenever. All you need to do is go to 2 Girls, 1 Electric Car, that's the YouTube channel, click us, subscribe, and then tune in whenever you hear that little ding bell of notification, or come back and check it out, because sometimes YouTube notifications don't work. That has happened.
Which celebrity gives you the vibe that they will definitely endorse a flying car?
A flying car?
Yeah, that they would definitely be like
Tom Cruise.
Flying. Tom
Like,
Cruise.
this guy
Yeah, I
jumps
was
off of
thinking the
planes.
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would try it. He would
He'll
just
try
like
it.
be like, oh,
Plus,
for
he
his
flies
movie.
jet because of Top Gun.
Exactly. So he does everything.
He
might.
has his pilot license. That guy,
But
James Bond. Yeah, any James Bond.
yeah, I think
Any James Bond.
Yeah, like if celebrities endorse, oh yeah, my flying car and stuff like that. But I don't know.
Seth Rogen.
Oh,
Yeah, flying high, flying high. Snoop Dogg, what do you think about this? You want to bring Martha on a flight?
yeah.
This
so-
could be cool.
Yeah.
Like, join the Mile High Club. I don't think that would work with flying cars. I think that would be another name. Definitely another name. So, let's dive into flying electric vehicles. Now, we talk about flying cars. We talk about what it could be, how it could be. But how do we make that electric vehicle? Because Dr. Bass did say that it's kind of not possible right now. But the thing is, a flying EV would be so much better. First things first, no noise. And we all know, if we've been next to airports or we live next to airports, that planes do so much noise. Even helicopters, right, Sai? This is so noisy.
It's super noisy. You have to wear like special headphones.
Exactly. So if it's EV, well, there's still, I guess, like the jets would be maybe down. I don't know.
I don't
Would it
know.
be
It
less
depends
noisy,
on
you
like
think?
when you're sitting in it,
Yeah.
how much it cuts down the noise.
And then
But-
for other people.
But the thing is, when we're taking up the sky, so we've like destroyed the earth, right? And now
Oh.
we're like, oh, skies, let's go there.
Okay.
So now we're literally, that's where the birds fly.
Oh, so we
Right?
would hit birds, right?
We would hit birds. We're not used to things like cars flying in the air. That's just more.
Well, it's just like the
pollution.
skyscraper. You know how many birds die every year?
Exactly.
Just
So
like,
now it's moving. It's constantly moving because cars, like we can stop. We don't have to kill another species.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we don't.
Birds don't need to go extinct because of us.
Okay, so we don't go too much in the sea and we don't go too much in the sky. We keep
Just
Earth.
say, yeah, this is the ground. That's for us.
Okay, because we can
let's
walk.
respect it and do that.
Okay.
And let's not take the home of birds after taking home of all the animals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So let's not take the home of birds. That's not like so you're driving a
Yeah.
yeah, that could happen. That actually happens all the time, but not.
If birds die, we die. The earth is
Doomed.
not good. It's doomed.
Yeah.
We don't want to kill the birds.
Imagine the wiper in the flying car.
Yeah, the wiper has to be massive. For the birds. For the birds. Definitely for the birds. What if you knock a bird down? Do you have like a special thing to like unknock the birds? Yeah, to wipe the bird. At least they're not gonna poop on your car. Because you know you're the same height as them now. So your car's gonna stay clean. No poop. They can't poop on your car. So that would be kind of better for some things, and then you could charge your flying car just like you charge your normal EV at the landing pad or at this like LE pad. You could just charge it there, making it so that whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, now I'm kind of against it now. I'm against it
You're
for
against
the
it
birds.
now?
I'm for the birds.
You're for the birds.
Yeah.
Against the flying cars for
yeah,
the
I'm
birds.
it's making me angry now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's
Now be angry about
yeah, I'm pretty angry about it now.
it. Okay. Okay.
That can happen. So much
Yes, I think you're good. I think you're good.
for good. It's not happening right now.
So these EV flying cars would need like some sort of electric propulsion. I don't even know how that would work, but this would be super crazy. Like just like a drone. Yeah, it's just like a drone. So they will still need these. It still makes a lot of noise, not because of like the gas or anything like that, just because it needs to turn. There needs to be like some sort of propulsion, some sort of rotation, right, to get it off the ground, and that's super interesting. Now, Snoopsy says, in 1974, James Bond movie made the Golden Gun. Yeah, driving a flying car. Somebody mentioned that in the comments at the beginning of the podcast, and then it was a prototype car. Lines in the sky had this been established a long time ago by using altimeter. Okay, so yeah, there are already lines in the sky with the altimeter. Well, to know where you are, like at what height you are in the sky in that sense. Then I mean now with AR and just like geolocalization in a way, I think it's kind of be doable to put some let's say some points in the sky. That could work. That could literally work. because you need to have some sort of signals, right? You need to have something, and planes use that already. Huh?
It's just a GPS.
Yeah, it's just a GPS location. It's just in the sky instead of on the ground. That's it.
Get one more.
So you add one. You add elevation. That's it. You add elevation to the GPS coordinate, pretty much, and then
It's like your watch.
yeah, it's like my watch. Yeah, the Apple Watch Ultra. If you click on it, it has elevation on it, so you know how high you are. So if you, yeah, and how not how high and how high, the different type of highness. Chemist America Lifestyle says, like I said, whatever we do, someone or something is on the losing end. Yeah, it's always like that. So now that we have this kind of consciousness, we just need to choose what we do, how we do it.
We can leave the birds alone. We are capable of that much
Oh yeah,
as
yeah.
a species. Otherwise, I have no faith
Oh,
in
yeah?
the species.
If we don't like, if we kill the birds.
If we kill the birds, who kills birds? Oh my god. Where's my protest sign?
Yeah, size totally for the birds. For the birds. Against the flying cars.
She's not gonna eat any more chicken.
No more chicken? But they don't fly, so it should be fine.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Chicken's fine.
Good, I love that logic. I love it.
That's why we draw the line.
That's where we draw the line. If they don't fly, we can eat them.
Exactly. They're fly. They're meant for freedom. Go fly. Be free.
Oh,
I'm not gonna kill you with my car.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good thing that side does not have a driver's license. It will not happen. Will not happen. They need bird detection, like self-driving cars have people and pet detection. It is true. Will Garcia one that the FSD really like tells you everything about the environment. Like it knows if it's a person, if it's a bird. Well, maybe not bird because I tried it and did not know it was a bird. But it sees things. It sees like cones for constructions and things like that. Meaning that when we have even higher FSD, like an FSD full self-drive that is completely autonomous, it's supposed to know more than a human being. It's supposed to be able to map everything in real time and then assess it and make a decision for you to turn, to adjust, whatever that means and whatever it needs to do. So you stay safe and the people outside stay safe too. Now we have Michael Luders who just dropped in. Hey Michael, thank you for being here. Bacardi Bob says, need a flying EV that sucks up all the birds at the airport and makes chicken sandwiches. That's a great idea. I'm not sure most birds are like edible, but we could try, right, Sai?
No. It is very offensive. I take offense on part of the birds. It's super offensive.
Sai talks for the birds now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sai has the thing for the birds. So the birds, the bees, be careful what you say to Sai right now. In relation to birds. So I believe I can fly. What would be your best flying car? If there was one flying car that could be made reality, would you want the Jetson flying car? Would you want the Fifth Element car? Would you want the Back to the Future car without the space time frame continuum addition? Like that's a bonus, okay? And which flying car would you want to test drive today? Sai, which flying car do you think you would want?
None on principle.
Okay, now you're really like against it. Like it's a big thing.
Yeah.
You wouldn't touch a flying car. What
No, I
about a
would touch
jetpack?
it. I would kick it. Does that qualify as touching?
That's a touch.
Yeah.
That's a type of touch.
I would
It's
kick
not
it.
a loving touch, but it's
No,
still touch.
No, I have no love.
Okay,
for
no
them.
love for flying cars.
No.
Okay, perfect. What about the jetpack?
Jetpack is like, yeah, I like watching people do it just because it looks so dumb to me. Even though it might be a great feeling, it doesn't look cool.
Oh,
Why it looks cool?
you find it looks cool?
Yeah,
Yeah,
jetpack, I love this.
Yeah. Because it has the Iron Man field, right?
Exactly.
The Iron Man field. But for you, not doing a
To
star
each their own. It's a free
it's not-
country
not-
so
not-
far.
so far.
Yeah.
We'll see about that
We'll
next
see about
election,
it,
right?
Yeah.
Wait till Trump get elected.
This is definitely maybe not going to be as free as it used to be. Bob Lights here says, we need a Piper Mobile. I already have one. This is my Model X. Yeah, my Tesla. That goes online, flies in the sky, and goes on the water, powered by solar. Well, kind of, sort of. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. I'm not eating blackbird sandwiches. Yeah, you don't want to eat like blackbirds. You want to eat probably like, chicken. There's like duck is really good, but like yeah, like,
Penguin, can you eat penguin?
I don't. Can you eat penguins? I
Let's
don't know.
not try.
I've never seen somebody eat a penguin.
You know, penguins, they always are together. There are always two of them. Isn't that so cute? How
Yeah,
dare
they-
you try to eat them?
They fall
Yeah.
madly in love.
They fall madly in love for life.
Yeah. They find their twin flames, the
oh
penguins.
my god, it's so beautiful.
Oh, Sai's having a moment.
I love birds in all shapes and forms.
Even the ones in suits. The Hilliard flying car. What's the Hilliard flying car? Hilliard flying car? Who that? Who that, Sai?
What?
Hilliard flying car.
Hillard?
Gooses are too
Is
noisy.
that
It's true.
Hillary Clinton's car?
It's flying? Hillary Clinton has a flying car?
Well, she's flying somewhere.
Hilliard flying car. Snoopsy,
Hillard?
who's that? Who's that flying car? You can eat anything if you really need to. Yeah, but some things I
Let's
don't
not
suggest.
be that person that we
You
really...
can be like you can add food poisoning or some other type of poisoning that you don't want.
Hillard Brothers flying machine? I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
is it true or is it like is it how flying is it? Is
Oh,
it flying?
Yeah, they look geeky. It's from a city of Hillard.
Okay,
That's all I can tell right now.
that's all you can tell.
Oh, there's a picture here of
There's a picture of a flying car.
Of a person sitting in a... I guess that's the Hillard aircraft.
That was a concept car designed in the 1960s. So the Hilliard flying car. It makes sense. Like in the 60s, 70s, everybody was freaking out on flying car. There was like this futuristic thing that said that in the year 2000, there would be flying vehicles. So like movies, TV series were doing it. This is a big thing that flying cars were happening. They were gonna happen in the year 2000s, right? Still waiting. Still waiting. At the time of this podcast, 2024, we are not yet there. We have electric vehicles though. We have planes. We have yachts.
I think we're gonna invent teleportation before flying car.
You think we're gonna invent teleportations before flying car?
Oh, I wish they would.
Well,
Oh.
we were able to teleport something already. It just it is very small. It's not as many molecules as a human being, but that happened. It worked. It was very close, very close. So teleportation does kind of exist. I mean,
Before flying car. I don't think we're gonna see the day.
no flying cars. Well, because we already have planes, helicopters, drones. Why would you need a flying car? Like what purpose does it really serve? Like what thing makes it so that you really need a flying car? That there's I don't know, right? There's not really any, like, okay, maybe to be able to like skip all the traffic, but if you have one, everybody else has one. So the fact is there's a big chance that there's gonna be traffic elsewhere.
Better keep your car.
You better keep your car, because then everybody's gonna be flying and then you're not flying. Just like on the radio when they say, oh, this bridge is fully packed, so everybody goes to the other bridge and then the other bridge is fully packed and then everybody goes back. This is so crazy. This is traffic control, people. This is traffic control. It's a thing. Flying cars. Do you believe in flying cars? Do you think they will happen? Let's do a little poll. You'll need to be naked to use teleportation. I think like we've all seen The Fly, right? And we don't want that to happen.
I think
So-
if we're there, we're gonna solve.
I think maybe we're gonna solve a lot of things once we're at there. So do you believe flying cars will happen? Yes?
No.
No. Let's see who people think of flying cars and what people think. Everything, everywhere, all at the same time. I think, yeah, if we do invent teleportation, being naked, I mean, yeah, we all saw The Fly. That did not go well.
We're gonna stitch closed.
But I think like if you're able to stitch a human person and put like the liver at the right place, you should be able to put my T-shirt at the right place too, right?
No, but I think
You
you
should.
can have the teleportation ones could be like a thing that's like, you know, you go in, so you close the door, you take off your clothes, go in, and it tells you that it's safe to go because the other one is free. Turns green, you
Yeah.
teleport, you go over there, you wear the clothes over there, and
I
then
think you can
Yeah.
transport your clothes.
I'm pretty sure you can transport your clothes too. If you can transport your liver, you can transport
but
your
if you're
clothes.
wearing them, wouldn't they just be like all like melted in you and stuff like that?
But no,
It's
because
fused to you?
if not, your face would be melted in itself.
Yeah, that's true. If it's fused weirdly.
Yeah, what if you have like some implants or something like that? Then they would be fused weird. Doesn't make sense. It has to
doesn't.
work.
All the women with breast implants.
All the women with breast implants, what are they gonna do? The breast implants gonna be like in their butt now? Gonna be like BBL? This makes no sense.
I know.
It has to be like they scan you, they take you, and they recreate you exactly as you are. That's with jewelry,
And
with teeth things, whatever.
Exactly, but then if that's the case, then people will take their luggage as well if they're going somewhere else, right?
Yeah, you go with everything.
because you need more than just what you're wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to bring everything with you. Just Sai wanted free clothes, so she was like, I'm gonna teleport, and then I'm gonna get more clothes.
That's not. Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Maybe it was subconscious. Maybe it was subconscious.
You're gonna be able to create though.
We have Directrix One who says the real question is when it teleports you, what happens to the original you? Yeah, that is the real question. It's dead. It's dead. You become a new you. But you know what they say, that all the cells in your body after 7 years are dead, gone. So meaning you kind of regenerate yourself every 7 years. That's a thing that I've read somewhere. Mythbusters, please tell us what happens to your soul.
That is if you have a soul. Who says you have a soul?
So
have
if you're a
seen it?
redhead, you're fine.
Yeah. Plus, have you seen it?
No.
Then
Then maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't have a soul. Maybe nobody has a soul. Maybe we're just like living mushy things. Maybe we'll try with a bird first.
Yeah. What about it?
We'll try to teleport a bird first.
Not a bird. Oh my god. This is like such a hostile environment, honestly.
If Sai's not there tomorrow, you know why she quit.
This is for the
Too hostile. Too hostile.
Birds
She's
need
like,
some
poor birds.
representation.
Yeah, you want to get I love birds tattooed on your chest? Okay, we're going to go do that this afternoon.
Except chickens and like little
you could put an addendum or like exception. Free the bird except for chickens. I like to eat chickens. My soul is on my feet. Oh yeah, that happens. Fav Beats says, have you seen it?
Oh, they didn't like that?
I don't know.
If they've seen it, please send some pics.
Send
of
some
a
pics.
soul. Only a soul.
Only the soul, not the human body in
No.
it. Or that it's like inside of. You have no soul. I think that's like
Oh, thank you.
how you're
I
trying
appreciate
to,
the
how you're supposed to
compliment.
laugh about it, right?
Yeah, but I take it as a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, because we don't, depends. We believe in it, and Soul Train or Soul Man. We're talking about electric vehicles on the podcast that is called While You Wait. Because while you wait for your EV to charge, you might be waiting for your soul to appear. It's all good as long as you subscribe to the channel and that you are here at 12 p.m. Pacific time from Monday to Friday to be with us in the live format of this podcast. You can always listen to it and click on it later whenever you need to, whenever you want to, because the podcasts, they stay there on our YouTube channels. Two Girls, One Electric Car, for you to enjoy whenever you feel like it. Now, do you believe in flying cars? And do you believe that they will happen? So far, we're 50-50. 50-50. This is crazy. 50-50. People, like, seriously? 50-50? So half of the people think, like, flying cars will happen, Sai.
I mean, sure, there's been a lot of bad things that we've done that we shouldn't have done, I'm sure. It will be another one. It wouldn't surprise me. That's why I'm ready.
You're ready
I'm ready to fight.
You're ready to fight.
I'm ready to fight.
Okay.
I'll be out in the streets screaming.
Yeah. With the big cardboard saying, "Leave the birds alone."
Yeah, I will protest, which is in the legal limit. I will protest.
In the legal
Within
limit.
the legal limit.
Okay. Yeah, Canada's pretty good with protesting in the legal limit.
Exactly.
You should be okay. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Yeah, Max Powered, good for you. Make sure that you do that in a safe environment, okay? Bacardi Bob says, I've seen so many in my lifetime. I can't explain. I believe. So Bacardi Bob believes in the soul.
That's well.
I mean, soul searching, soul train, soul whatever. Everybody has a different like idea of consciousness and soulness. Don't worry about it. So that
Soul
being said,
Train. Wasn't Soul Train a song?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the song. Yeah. This is totally a soul. Isn't it a band too? Sending Sai a big comforting hug. Oh, see, Sai, you're getting a whole bunch of love.
Thank you so much. I need that. You understand my situation.
Okay, the tables have turned. Okay, do you believe flying cars will happen? We have 56% of people that say yes. More people thinking flying cars will happen now? What just happened? What just happened? Maybe they want to piss you off, Sai.
It's okay. I'm used to it, guys, okay? You don't know my job.
I'm passing for such a bad boss. This is awful.
No,
this is awful.
no, this is out of love. This is out of love.
Because you're a more positive person.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm a ray of sunshine. Do you see my hair? You see my hair?
Now it's there.
Has to be the hair. Has to be the hair. Nothing else. Just the hair. Okay, so do you believe in flying cars? Do you believe flying cars will happen? And we are not talking about plane, trains, and everything else. So no helicopters, no drones. Do you believe that really we will have at one point a flying car? Meaning you park it and then you go and fly it off. Just you and your car. You go to the groceries with a flying vehicle, just like in the Jetsons.
Imagine going to Safeway.
Imagine going to Safeway, save on foods. I mean, Whole Foods. I don't know where you go to, and you go there and you park there, and then
Imagine
bam.
old people parking their car now. They're flying car.
Old people? What? Why?
No, because they have problems to park regular car. Imagine if the car was flat.
Imagine if the car. Yeah, that would be worst.
It needs FSD.
It has to be FSD because flying, you add a dimension to it, right? You're adding a dimension, making it even harder. So I would watch out for that. Max Power says we can call them bird killers instead of flying cars. Well, you know that the actual vehicle, like the actual car, we're talking about like a car, 4-wheel car, was called killer car. This was a thing because it killed so many people when it was first invented. Like people were just being rolled over, pretty much, or ejected or things like that. So when it's called the killing machine, when the vehicle was invented, it was not very well perceived by some people that were really loud. But then again, after that, we made some safety features, like added seat belts, stop signs, made it so that you don't like drive super fast where there's a lot of people. So that being said, I mean, it's interesting how the world is evolving, and every time something new happens, we just need to reorient or to reapply
I forgive
laws.
you, Bacardi Bob. I don't know for what, but I forgive you.
Okay.
I have no idea what you did.
You guys are in good terms now?
Yeah.
Perfect. Life is a theory. Well, yeah, we can go all philosophical, that's for sure. Chemist America lifestyle. Some people believe in the soul, some people believe in flying cars. I mean, same but different. Snoopy says, just toot the horn at the birds, they will get out of the way. Actually, I heard that, planes have like little horns for birds.
But that's the point. We shouldn't be getting them out of the way. That is their way. We're in the way. We need to get out of the way.
Oh.
Yeah, it's their land or lack of land, whatever.
Okay,
It's their territory. We're the what Christopher Columbus was. We're those people.
But those people.
Yeah, we're them.
Okay.
I don't want to be Christopher. You know how much trauma that will give me? Knowing my background.
Yeah, so you're gonna need to pay a lot more psychotherapy. Maybe that's not good for everybody. Bubs Lightyear says, I logged 20 hours of flight time towards my private pilot license in the 80s. Well, good for you. I soloed, changed jobs, and ran out of money. Yeah, it's really expensive to get your pilot license for some reason. Maybe because it's kind of a risky job, right? you need to fly people, which means you are in care of all of these like people, which is interesting. Carl says we need Casey here for this topic, right, Piper? Yeah, Casey went MIA. I think he went with Palila. After like the Palila and I think Casey just disappeared. So that could be it. It could be something else. I don't know. Snoopy says, discovering that the sky exists and you can fly, unlike Columbus that had to take the boat. Definitely same but different, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Do you believe flying cars will happen? Let's close this poll because we have 59% of people believe that it's gonna happen, Sai. Where's your cardboard?
So I mean, I'm sure. Like I said, I'm all for it. I'm ready.
You're ready.
Yeah, I'm getting some gear. That's why I have this job, so I can pay for all my protesting gear.
Thank you for funding this YouTube channel. Just go to patreon.com/2girls1electric car.
I need your help, guys.
Yeah, she needs some Sharpies and some cardboard. She needs Sharpies and cardboard. Sai, do we have an awesome dad joke about, I don't know, flying
Awesome
things?
is debatable, but I definitely have one.
Okay. So,
Why did the flying car break up with his girlfriend?
why did the flying car break up with his girlfriend? She was too high?
No.
Is that that? I thought I
No.
had it. I thought I had it.
No, that's a good one though.
Okay. So why did the flying car break out with his girlfriend? She had her head in the sky all the time.
No. Wow, you're doing it better.
Yeah?
Now I don't want to say what the
No, you have to. Okay, my last one. She's too daydreaming. So like
No.
daydreaming. No.
Because he couldn't handle the long distance relationship. She was a real downer. That's a good one too. The one the directrix X one.
He was a
said.
real downer?
She was a real
Oh,
downer.
for her high maintenance. See, this is
Oh,
great.
yeah, you guys are doing it better than ChatGPT.
We tried ChatGPT, but we got better, funnier people on our live feed. This is awesome. It's expensive because airplanes are expensive to maintain, even the cheap little ones. Yeah, airplanes are really expensive to maintain. That is true. But getting your flying license also is a lot of buttons, a lot of stuff. But like everything, FSD is coming. Like full self-driving, full self-flying. All of these autonomous things are making their way in society right here, right now. It's gonna happen. Maybe flying cars will not happen, but definitely we talked about it here on Two Girls One Electric Car. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Why? Because we bring you electric vehicle entertainment, crazy, intense podcast experiences from Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. Vancouver time. If you miss it, don't worry about it. Because while you wait to charge your electric vehicle or to, I don't know, eat your spaghetti meatball, we are here to entertain you and to bring you a little bit of comfort and joy, right? So we'll see you in the next one. And make sure you share this podcast with just one person that you think could benefit from hearing us. Okay, that's it for now.